Citroen's new C4 is ever so slightly larger than before, and one of the obvious advantages of that is more space inside. For starters, the boot is a bit bigger than before. Now, Citroen claim that it's the largest in its class, and do you know what? I have no reason to doubt them because, well, it's absolutely huge. There's easily enough room for 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 suitcases. You'll have even more space if you don't go for the optional Denon base tube. There's plenty of space here in the back too, even for adults. Now, I'm 5'11", got decent knee room, headroom as well, and because the door opening is quite wide, it's easy to get in and out. There's reasonable practicality here in the front too. The side door bins are large enough to hold a big bottle, and there's various nooks and crannies where you can store your bits and bobs. Equipment is generous, and you can even specify the car with things like massage seats. The interior design is stylish and everything feels extremely upmarket and well built. Now, I was a bit disappointed that the C4 doesn't have the fixed hub steering wheel like the last car did. That wasn't until I was distracted by the fact that you can alter the colour of the displays and even change the sound of the indicators from classic to crystal symphony, urban rhythmic, or jungle fantasy. The C4 comes with an impressive array of safety equipment. All cars get dual front, side and curtain airbags and ESP anti-skid control as standard. You can also specify the car with blind spot warning, which senses, well, if cars are in your blind spot, and it prevents you from weaving into them. Now, visibility is pretty good too, and there's lots of adjustment in the height of the driver's seat, which is handy if you're not the tallest person, because it means that you can always get a good view of the road ahead. It's obvious that Citroen has engineered the C4 with comfort in mind. The engines are refined, the whole car is extremely quiet no matter what speed you're doing, and the ride is very, very smooth. And that means it's great for long distance journeys. However, the suspension isn't particularly good at dealing with potholes, and they can send a nasty jolt to the cabin, and that brings me on to the C4's downsides. I have to say, it's nowhere near as much fun as something like a Ford Focus. I mean, the steering, it's too vague and artificial feeling, and the whole car feels a little bit floaty through corners. I mean, really, there's only one word to sum up what this car feels like to drive, and that's unexciting. Or is that 2 words? The same criticism can be levelled at the exterior design, because next to a Mazda 3, the C4 is a little bit anonymous. Another problem is that the rear seat backs don't fold down completely flat. Even if you flip out the bases first, it's not much better, and you've got this big lip, and really something like a Honda Civic is better for carrying large items. But you might be willing to overlook these problems if you want a small family hatchback that's a relaxing, comfortable cruiser, is well equipped, and feels very upmarket inside.